I'm Scott, and this is chapter 6 of the Baubles. The chocolate star was fallalabulous. Ted, with his bauble bounced back, was up to the next level of branches before the lights went out. But before he found Monty, Ted walked right into the next set of wooden figures. It was obvious straight away that these weren't shepherds. They had smoothly carved robes, long but carefully trimmed beards, and wonderfully tall hats that looked very much like crowns. That's more like it, Ted thought. He looked closer. What were they carrying? Each one had what looked like an ornate box with tiny carvings on it, and they were holding the boxes very carefully, as if they were of great value. "Golden boy," called Monty, appearing suddenly at the other end of the branch. "At last, I need you." "Need me? For what?" asked Ted, intrigued. He left the 3 wooden figures, a bit reluctantly, and caught up with Monty. "For this," said Monty, flinging aside a drooping branch with a flourish and throwing his arms wide like a circus showman. "Ta-da!" "Fa-la-la-la-la," said Ted, his eyes wide open. "What is it?" "This, my friend," carried on Monty in his ringmaster voice, pointing with both hands to a hugely bright coloured paper tube with crinkled ends, "is a cracker." What does it do?" asked Ted, his excitement almost as big as Monty's. "We pull it," explained Monty dramatically, "and it goes bang and showers us with gifts. Well, a gift. I've had a feel, and I think I know what's inside this one. Come on, I can't do it on my own." Monty showed a very excited Ted how to grasp the frilly end of the cracker really tight, lean back and pull. They pulled and pulled, Monty on one end and Ted on the other, straining so hard their casing steamed up, until suddenly, bang! Ted shot backwards, nearly losing his grip on the branch altogether. But soon he was sitting up, laughing his hanger off, just like Monty, at the other end of the cracker. "Hey, you won!" shouted Monty as he tried to compose himself. "Look, you've got the whole tube bit. I've just got the end. Let's see what your gift is." Ted thought he might explode with the excitement of it all, just like the cracker. A gift for him. First, Monty pulled some purple tissue paper out of the tube and unfolded it. Ted could see what it was. "Oh, a huge crown!" shrieked Ted, jumping up and down, even though the crown was too big for the both of them put together. "Is that the gift? I love it." Monty laughed. "No, Teds, that's not the gift. Every cracker has a paper crown. It's because the special baby was a king." "I knew he was a king. That's why your figures are wearing crowns, right? Are they in his family?" Ted felt like a real detective. No, they weren't related. Monty shook his hanger and pointed to the regal-looking wooden man Ted had passed earlier. Those guys had travelled from far away to come and see the baby king. They were important men, but they had read prophecies that said this baby, God's son, was more important, much more important than they were. In fact, he was more important than any other king, than any other person to walk the earth ever. "Oh, wow, that is pretty special." Ted had stopped thinking about the cracker altogether. "I know," continued Monty, "and they brought gifts for the baby to show that. This one brought gold for a human king. This one brought frankincense, a kind of smelly oil that showed that the baby was a holy king. And this guy with the really long beard, well, this guy brought myrrh." "What's myrrh?" Monty paused. That's a tricky one. Thing is, myrrh is a perfume they used to use at a funeral. It showed the baby how the baby would rescue the world from everything that was wrong and dark and sad. "Wait, what?" said Ted, taken back. "That sounded bad. But what does that mean? How would the baby rescue the world?" "Well, you'd better ask Grandma Josie about that. She always seemed to explain things better than me, than any bauble I know, actually. But first, let's see what your gift is. Ready, golden boy? Monty made a drum roll with 2 pine needles. Dun, dun, dun! I'm ready, shouted Ted, overexcited again. Throwing away the drum needles, Monty buried his hanger in the colourful tube, then wriggled out again, pulling something plastic, wrapped in a thin white string. What is it? Croaked Ted, who'd realised he'd been holding his breath. This, Ted's, is a parachute. Look, there's a tiny plastic man on the end. You throw it in the air and it floats gently down, slow as a snowflake. Wow, shouted Ted. I love it. Can I try it out? Tell you what, golden boy, said Monty, handing the parachute carefully to his small friend. Keep it safe for now, and we'll play with it later. You never know. He tapped his nose as if they just shared a secret. You never know what? Asked Ted, turning the parachute over and over in excitement. Oh, Teds, said Monty affectionately. You've been a long while in that box, haven't you? When you get out and smell the needles, it can be all a bit overwhelming, can't it? Just keep that parachute safe for me, eh? Okay, shrugged Ted, putting his precious gift in his pocket and grinning at Monty. Thanks, Monty. Am I supposed to find Grandma Josie now? Yeah, that's right. Careful, though. It's a steep climb to the top. Oh, hang on. Wait a sec. Monty dived back into the tube of the cracker, and Ted could just make out his muffled voice. Where is it? It must be here somewhere. Yes, got it. He emerged, carrying a small white folded piece of paper, and on reading it, chuckled and handed it to Ted. Grandma Josie will love this one. Why couldn't the Christmas tree sing carols? Hee hee hee. Ted just looked at him. Monty laughed some more and hoisted Ted up to the next level. See you later then, golden boy. Remember, just follow the star.